What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And Season 2 of the Seahawks franchise getting officially underway. Last episode was the preseason. Pretty eventful, but now we get our regular season underway. We're taking on the Eagles, and I'm excited for what this season has in store. We upgraded in every aspect, not only on paper, but we saw it on the field during the preseason. Quarterback play improved. The offensive line looked way better. Our receiving core played great. Our defense was so good during this preseason. Interceptions, big plays by the secondary. Our front line played great. And we also, let's not forget, traded for Ed Oliver. This is our first game with Oliver active. The Bills really wanted Noah Fant. We traded him and Shelby Harris to the Bills for Ed Oliver and a 5th-round pick next year. Chris Levi played great. And I think it's safe to say that our defensive line only gets better with Oliver added. Just adding a little more spice to our defense. Oliver can get to the QB. He can stop the run. He can pretty much do it all. It is the beginning of the Zach Pryor era here in Seattle, and we got to see a few of those 98 snaps he played during the preseason, and for the most part, he looked sharp. We're getting close to his first upgrade, about 800 XP away. We might get that with the training that we do this week, but Pryor looks sharp. You can see his numbers, 127 yards passing in week 3, had a rushing score. He threw 3 touchdowns in week 2 against the Bills. I consider that our toughest preseason game, and he played more than well. And then you talk about our week 1 performance where he played pretty decent. I'm excited for what Zach Pryor can do. QB of the future tag. I like that outlook on him. I guess I don't know why Arizona is considered close to home. Seattle, Arizona. So we've got quite a few things to go through. We'll start with setting our season goal for the year. And 4 wins, I think, is what I chose last year. We only got to 1. This was a 1-16 team last year. You can see our schedule on the left. We went over it at the end of the last episode. I feel like we're not a playoff team quite yet. 7 wins, I would say like a 500 record is about where I feel this team is. But we could be well above that. Well above that. But we've got to win in our division. It's opening day this week and a fresh start for every team around the league. You'll be facing the Philadelphia Eagles. What's the key to victory? Do we trust our offense more or do we trust our defense? That is a very different question from where we were last year at the start of the year, because I didn't trust our offense last year. I didn't. And that ended up being kind of the weak link. We've improved both sides. I would say I trust both sides equally, but I think I trust our offense a little bit more. I'm going to put faith in Zach Pryor in this offense to play well. Ideally, we establish a rhythm on offense, dictate the flow of the game, and get enough of a big lead to make their offense one-dimensional. I think that's a solid response, and I think we're going to go with our passing game for sure. Hoping for a big game out of Zach Pryor, the rookie. Hard to imagine that he doesn't play well based on what we saw against Buffalo, and he needs 350 yards passing. What kind of goal is this? Zach Pryor is making his debut this week, and we've seen in the past that it can be tough for rookies early on. What are you expecting? Well, obviously, if we want him to throw for 350 yards, we want a great performance, but I'm going with show flashes. I'm not expecting 350 yards. It could happen if we have a solid game, if the game plan is there. This will be our first game with a new playbook that I edited, and beating the Eagles and getting 2+ passing scores from Zach Pryor is our goal for this week. I feel like that's definitely doable. This Eagles team may be the most complete that we play all year. Derwin James, a big free agent acquisition they really didn't need, but they got him anyway. Their defensive line is solid. Their offensive line is one of the best squads in the game right now. The receiving core just got a little bit better, and it's a team that you have to really attack at their weaknesses, and I would say that Jalen Hurts is that weakness. This is not the first time we've seen Jalen Hurts in a franchise. Obviously, we had Hurts in the Eagles franchise last year, and it's the traits for me. Paranoid sense of pressure is a problem. Conservative force pass sometimes can be an issue, but Hurts just, if you breathe on him the wrong way, he panics, and we saw what happened against Buffalo when Allen was under pressure. Now you think about this defensive line with Ed Oliver coming down the middle and Josh Allen coming off the edge. We should be making a lot of plays this week on defense. Because of how often I feel Jalen Hurts is going to be running this game, I want to take away his ability to hit those intermediate throws on the move. We've seen it happen way too often. Quarterback scrambling, pass rush bearing down, and he's got some receiver 15 plus yards down the field making a reception. I want our coverage in the middle of the field to be perfect. As for the offense, the game plan is not going short. We never do this. It's always go medium. We need big plays this week. If we get 350 yards out of Zach Pryor, you guys get another episode tomorrow. And going through our game plan goals for the week, we want to win the turnover battle. That is always a big one. On offense, 350 yards total is the goal. So we're doubling down on at least getting 350 from Zach Pryor. Defensively, I think keeping the Eagles under 24 points is doable. But that depends on our pass rush for sure. And then our weekly game plan, again, doubling down on a goal for Zach Pryor, 2+ passing scores. I would say getting to the QB 5 times, getting to Jalen Hurts 5 times is probably doable as well. Focus players are going to remain the same from the preseason. Levi, Guerrero, Pryor, Taylor, Beckford, and Barton. And we're going to simulate training. Hope for no big injuries, because that would be an absolute travesty to start the year. And so far, we are injury-free on defense. The offense, please nothing for the offensive line. It's Tony Pollard missing the opener. It is Kenneth Walker getting the start anyway. Wow. I don't want to oversell how serious this injury is, but we saw the difference between Tony Pollard in the preseason and Kenneth Walker in the preseason. They are not the same ball carrier. They're not. Tony Pollard gets yards after contact. He avoids defenders. Kenneth Walker does not do that very well. He hasn't really done it at all, despite his ratings being very similar. No upgrade for Zach Pryor quite yet, but we do have one for the newest Seattle Seahawk, Ed Oliver. 82 overall. We know the skill set for him is very, very good, and I'm expecting great things from him this week. Our defensive line got nothing but better over the course of the offseason and preseason. And for Oliver, it's definitely a pass rushing upgrade, although that's going to take away the scheme fit temporarily. But we will get +2 power move, another strength upgrade, and +1 for awareness. I think we're ready to take on the Eagles, and hopefully this team looks a lot better than we did last year. The Eagles are a tough test, but I think we can win this. I hope so, for my sake. Always feels good to open up a new year at home in front of your own fans, and these fans were not very entertained last year. Let's try to give them a great show this afternoon. Seattle takes the field. Zach Pryor leads us out the tunnel again. And our QB1 getting set for his first career start. We piped him up with the press, and let's hope that he can deliver. Matt Hart has the ball teed up, and we are set to go for week 1 of a brand new season. The Eagles have it first, and they'll return this one up the sideline, and Dwight Beckford missing his first tackle opportunity. But it's the Eagles starting from the 16-yard line. Out comes Jalen Hurts in this offense. Great offensive line. Improving receiving core. The question is, can we get the Hurts, make him uncomfortable, and capitalize on the mistakes like we saw in the preseason? Allen, Oliver, Gaines, and Taylor on the front line as we face an empty look by the Eagles. Jalen Hurts will open up the year with a pass, and he'll step up in the pocket, throw downfield, and intercepted! Greedy Williams, first snap of the year, and the defense making plays early. Allen was coming around the tackle, and Jalen Hurts stepped up, and just not a great throw. Definitely had other options. Landry was open over the middle. Instead, tried for A.J. Brown. That was well underthrown, and what a picture-perfect start for the defense. And now the rookie taking the field, and it's a short one. Can he get one of those 2 passing scores right here? Zach Pryor's era begins right now. 42-yard line. And the first snap for Zach Pryor comes from under center. I formation, 2 tight ends, and a run to the right side. And Kenneth Walker breaking a tackle. And already down to the 37, gain of 5. So Kenneth Walker does show the ability to break a tackle. Now DK Metcalf in motion. Pryor to the outside. It's Chark outside. Chark inside the 20. And down to the 9-yard line. There's 27 yards. And that's one of our new plays in the playbook. 9 yards out from the end zone. Can we find points on the first drive of the year? It's Walker up the middle. And he'll gain 2 yards. Now we're going back to a more spread out look, and we'll probably throw from this formation. 2nd and goal, Pryor throwing this one to the end zone. Metcalf with 2 feet down. Touchdown, Seattle. And there are your first points of the year. Good protection. And just a jump ball to the corner. Metcalf doing a great job with contact and keeping 2 feet in bounds. That is how this season begins. And now the first extra point attempt for the rookie Matt Hart, up and good. Eagles on the sideline, pondering what went wrong. But can we do it again? Eagles offense back on the field, and we've got near full momentum. This might be a tough one to bounce back from as they go screen. Hurts, and yeah, it's going to be a rough game. We just got to keep pressure on the QB, and that seems like what we're doing so far. First run, and great gains. Not the technical starter anymore, but should still be providing a nice impact as they lose 2. And our first 3rd down of the year. Took a lot of those cover 4 quarter and annoying plays out the defensive scheme, and down goes Hurts as Josh Allen. And his first sack of the year. And that looked like a covered sack to me. We'll go back and rewatch this one. What a start for this Seahawks squad this year. Punting from their own end zone. And Rashard Taylor, I think I set the depth chart up again correctly. Taylor trying to bounce this outside. He'll get to the 44. And Pryor heading out for drive number 2. Looking for that second score. Cam Newton's such a good teammate. But the Seahawks offense back on the field, and it's a Kenneth Walker run to the left side this time. Walker, 3 carries, 14 yards. Would you look at that? I might have actually fixed this offensive line. 2nd down, 3 yards to go as we run it again. Walker up the middle, and he'll just get the first down. I form again. And a stretch right side, good blocking, and Kenneth Walker, another 4 or 5 yard run. Offense with no issues right now, and a throw here to Metcalf over the middle. Derwin James. Tackle made, but not before we get the first. Offense in a 3 tight end set now from the 32. We'll throw from it. Pryor rolling, throwing across the field and connecting with Chris Levi. That could have been dangerous, but a near first down, gain of almost 10. Pryor connecting all the dots so far as we run again. Walker down the middle. Kenneth Walker, touchdown. He'll strike from over 20 yards out. And a 2-score lead. I may have undersold this team this year. I'm looking to see if we're going to get an update on Tampa Bay's opener just to see the numbers for Simmons, but the Eagles starting empty on their next drive, and Ed Oliver gets through, and he records his first sack as a Seahawk. Linebackers on the blitz, and Jalen Hurts just panics again. We've got full momentum. 2nd and 18, Hurts in. There's his first completion of the game. Dallas Goedert reliable target, 3rd and 8. What do they do here? Devontae Smith against Dwight Beckford in the slot. Hurts under pressure. Ball's on the ground. Can we scoop it? Yes, we can. It's Guerrero. The defense doing their job up front. I didn't see who forced the fumble. It was Greg Gaines. And we take the field again. This might get ugly quick. 2 takeaways in the first quarter. This is looking a lot like that preseason game against Buffalo. Handoff Kenneth Walker. And no gain for him this time, but 45 yards on 7 runs is about the best average we've seen from him in this series. Second down, Pryor stepping up. He'll decide to run it with it himself. He'll get close to a first. Could have gotten it easy. And what's our play call on 3rd and 1? Spreading out the defense. We'll throw for it. This one outside. Chris Levi, the tight end, inside the 5. So far, the new playbook's working about as well as I hoped it would. And now we'll give to Walker up the middle. Kenneth Walker showing some power. But now that you think about it, that minus 15 morale we suffered at the start of last year might have played a lot into how poorly Kenneth Walker played down the stretch. And maybe this is what we should be used to. But having him and Pollard ain't the worst thing in the world. But oh my goodness, what a start. That is 3 drives with 3 touchdowns and 2 takeaways. We'll do a little bit of simming here at the end of the first quarter as Jalen Hurts continues to struggle. They go 3 and out on 3 straight attempts. Ball from the 1-yard line. We cannot afford a safety. Fletcher Cox 15-yard penalty. Kenneth Walker runs for 5. And then a sack for Hassan Reddick. And Sean Marks is hurt again. 3rd and 8 to begin the second. And a fumble recovered by Tart as the Eagles take over at the 36. I really hate Super Sim. How do we have 2 turnovers? I don't know. Here come the Eagles on offense, and Miles Sanders yet to really do much on the run. We've still got full momentum, as we should. Eagles yet to score. Pressure off the edge, and a wide open receiver over the middle. That is Jarvis Landry. Devontae Smith in motion. They'll fake the sweep, go to Sanders up the middle, and that'll get them 7. So the Eagles trying to find their first points of the afternoon. And here is Hurts outside. Quick throw to A.J. Brown. I thought we would have closed on that a little quicker. Nice throw. From the 1-yard line. Eagles running. Sanders into the end zone for the touchdown. And they'll cut this down to a 2-score ball game. Super Sim just zapped every bit of momentum we had in this game. We were dominating up front. Now I got to figure out what's going on with Sean Marks, who's missing time again. Offense back on the field and finally getting to see a full field drive out of this squad as we start with another Kenneth Walker run, and Fletcher Cox is there to keep him to 2 yards. But what a stat line for Kenneth Walker so far. 2 scores, over 5 a carry. Second down, we go empty. Pryor throwing on the move and missing Kenneth Walker, who was lined up as a receiver. DK Metcalf, the receiver, in motion as we go to the air. Pryor taking off. Can he get the first? He will. Did not slide early. First down for the rookie. Well done. Can we just send Rashard Taylor on a streak? I trust him. And we'll throw first down. There's Taylor's first reception. Yeah, so he'll get us 6 yards. I do have Taylor in the slot for now. I will probably consider moving him out wide. But we have enough formations where he should be getting a lot more snaps, and that was a horrible throw. 3rd and 4. Pryor with time. Running right, avoids contact, throws across the field, and complete to DK. Don't know how he does it. Oh, I thought Metcalf got hurt for a second. It's like, what was that? We are putting together some really nice drives as we stretch this one again. Walker to the outside. I will say that I like our tight end group without Noah Fant. As we run again, and Walker cut it back towards the left for no reason. Barton was leading him to the right side, which would have resulted in maybe a first down. 3rd and 8. Can we convert this one again? 4-man rush by the Eagles. Pryor throwing, complete. And that's a huge first down for Rashard Taylor. Yards after contact. I thought they had him wrapped up, but the rookie showing heart, showing effort. Oh, Tampa Bay's not playing until 8 p.m. Never mind. We won't see that game today. Pryor on 1st and goal. Throwing in. Lockett can't hold on. You got to make that play if you're the veteran receiver on this squad. I can understand maybe Taylor dropping that football, but you got to take advantage of your opportunity. Sweep to Taylor. Taylor down to the 1. That was his chance. That was a huge opportunity. Rashard Taylor, 1 yard out from the end zone. High snap. Kenneth Walker with the hat trick. Touchdown again. What a first half for Seattle. This is fun. Good block by Gabe Jackson on Nakobe Dean. This has been a much better start than what I thought we were going to get. 3 minutes left in the first half, and Eagles to the run, and there's their biggest run play of the day so far. Miles Sanders now at 18 yards rushing. Getting close to the 2-minute warning as Devontae Smith's the receiver in motion. Play action. Beckford, if he had gotten around that edge cleanly, that's a sack. Well, that's a, I guess, incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 for Hurts. We bring an extra defender again. Hurts stays composed, finds Sanders. And there's your 2-minute warning. Can we get a stop before the half is over? 3rd and inches. Hurts throwing outside and incomplete. Greedy Williams makes another great play. Let's see how good our 2-minute offense is. Pryor on 1st down, and he'll throw this one out of reach for, I think that was Taylor. Would have been a really nice completion, as I think we're pacing pretty well for 350 passing today. Pryor on 2nd down. He's going to try to run, and he is sacked. And there's the first pressure that Philly's really gotten today. 3rd and 18 from the 5-yard line. I'm okay with just running this, and that's exactly what we do. Kenneth Walker, if he wasn't in protect ball mode there, he might have actually broken a tackle and gotten a first down. Our run game looks great today, by the way. And so the Eagles get another chance here to try to close the gap. 4-man rush again. Hurts retreating. Oliver trying to use that speed. He gets there. That is a huge chase down. That's why we went and got Oliver. The upside we get from him versus the upside that we potentially got from Noah Fant that we weren't seeing at all is very evident. Depending on what Philly does here, we might have a timeout left to use. They're going to run the ball, as they probably should, and Miles Sanders shut down again. We call 1 timeout, so we have 1 left. Chris Levi, top of the screen, all 3 receivers at the bottom. And we'll see what we do here with the time we have left. And a throw underneath, it's Levi getting inside the 40. We need to be hurrying back to the line of scrimmage here. Have 1 timeout left. We just wasted 15 seconds. Play action. Pryor stepping. He's going to try to run. And Pryor fumbles out of bounds with 3 seconds left. So we should at least get a chance to Kick 3. That could have been a really missed opportunity for Matt Hart. It's a 47-yard field goal for the rookie Matt Hart to end the first half. They don't think we're going for it. But this kick up, and the first field goal attempt for the rookie is good. 31-7 lead at halftime. Are we the real deal? We might just be. We had a lot of work to do in the second half, though. So do the Eagles. They have not played well at all. Seattle football to begin the second half. We'll watch one more drive. Maybe sim another quarter, potentially. Rashard Taylor on the return across the 20. I am a bit concerned about Taylor getting hurt on those returns. I might take him off. But with the way he's been breaking tackles today, he might just bust off a big one at some point. But the offense starting from the 21. We have 253 yards of offense so far. We're 100 away from our goal. Still have quite a ways to go for the passing yards goal, but Zach Pryor on first down. He's going to try to run. And Ngakoue, I'm sorry, that was Fletcher Cox that chased him down. That's insane. Second down, we go play action again. Pryor outside. That was dangerous. Pryor 11 for 13. Got to get 6 on third down. Pryor, pocket held up, and Pryor's going to slide under Derwin James. So 3 and out to start the second. Where is the pass rush? Can we get a little bit more in the second half as they start with a run? Gaines shoved aside. Second down for Philly, and a throw to the flat. Hurts is not comfortable. 6 for 13, 55 yards, the interception. And they got to get 7 on third down. Hurts trying to run. And can we get there? Beckford's going to let him slide. Offense back out there trying to add more points as Chark gets 10 through the air. And then Rashard Taylor gets a 6-yard reception. Chris Levi good for 9. Kenneth Walker a 7-yard run. Our offense doing exactly what needs to happen. Taylor 16 more. And then another sack for the Eagles. They got 6 yards and 5 back for us. And then a 14-yarder. 15-yard line. Taylor gets 6 more. Getting a lot of volume when we sim. And then another touchdown for Kenneth Walker. That's 4 on the game. 38-7. We'll probably take this to the fourth quarter. 5-yard penalty on Jurgens. Another pass knocked away. Brown gets 13. 3rd and 2. Goddard converts. Devontae Smith good for 7. Eagles driving, but they're still down by a lot. Oliver gets his 2nd sack of the game. And then a pass thrown away. That should take us to the 4th, and a drop pass. What do they want to do here? Giants beating the Jets like we're beating the Eagles. Big-time scores from both squads as Kenneth Walker is 1 yard away from 100. Wow. I mean, Tony Pollard's back next week. Do I change our lineup at running back? I'm not sure as he does cross 100 yards. I don't think we're going to get to that 350-yard passing mark, but we should hopefully. I don't know. We still don't have that second. Oh, my goodness. He had the bump. He had the first down. If the Eagles weren't in trouble, they are right now. 38-7. Here comes pressure, and I thought for sure that was getting picked off. Just enough touch on the football there to get it to, I think that was Jarvis Landry or Devontae Smith, I'm not sure. Quick throw here. Ooh. 2nd down. Hurts the other way this time. Finds Landry, and big hit by Gerald Taylor. 3rd down, 2 yards to go. Eagles come out empty. Jalen Hurts, quick throw here, and that is caught by Brown. We need another passing score for Zach Pryor. We can't take up too much time off the clock. Off balance throw, not close. If our pass rush is playing this well against the Eagles, think how well we're going to play against other teams. As Sanders gets them close to another first down. So 3rd and 1. Would they run the ball here? Probably. They're going to throw for it. Hurts spinning as he throws and missing his target. Maybe a run here. Gerald Taylor in the box. Hurts to the flat and complete. Jalen Hurts is just over 50%. Hurts setting up another screen. Sanders. Oh, Guerrero, you got to make the play. That's a huge tackle for loss. Instead, they get 7. And we're on strip ball aggressive. I don't understand this. 4-man pressure. Hurts panicking. Gaines gets there again. And it's 3rd and long anyway. 4:35 left. Should be 4-down territory again. Here comes pressure, and it's Guerrero. Linebacker blitz on 3rd and long. Another play added to the playbook just to spice things up. We actually brought him and Brooks. Perfect time for that as well. Oh, I like this. There's no way we give this up, right? Hurts panicking, throwing into coverage. It's intercepted. And that is Williams for the 2nd time today. Just heaved it up into the air. These Eagles receivers have been shut down. And I have no idea where Hurts was going with that one. Brown was not even aware that ball was heading his direction. 3:57 left. Up by 31 points. I doubt we're going to throw the ball much here. But we should at least try once. As Kenneth Walker is at 104 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. I would say he's locked in for player of the week. Into clock mode here. Running on 2nd down. A throw here would be great. It will be play action. Pryor pressured and Cross gives up a sack. Reddick gets his 2nd. So this game's pretty much over. 2:16 left, up by 31. All we can do here is get more plays. Oh my goodness! Guerrero! Interception off the screen! Touchdown for the defense! Oh my goodness. Jonathan Guerrero. That ball was way in front of Sanders and heads up play by the rookie. Man, oh man. Do we look good in the opener? How did we go from the team we had last year to the team we have now? A plan is what happened. Oh my goodness, how did A.J. Brown get open that far? That might have been cover 2, and Quandre Diggs just didn't get over quick enough, but that's a play we didn't want to give up. 2-minute warning about to hit. Hurts outside, picked for the 3rd time by Greedy Williams. Running again, Walker up the middle. And Matt, oh my, why do I have starters in the game? Why? Why do I have starters in the game? I forgot we were up 45-7. I was so focused on getting this score for Zach Pryor. If Metcalf is out long-term, that's on me. He shouldn't be out there right now. Taylor in motion. We fake to him. Walker gets another run. And we're going to fail to convert again. Can we get through the final 24 seconds of this game with no more injuries? I don't feel like doing a mass substitution right now. Jalen Hurts. Pressured. Beckford gets there. It hurts. Oh, that's got to be a safety. Every rookie has made plays today. Every single one. And that's a win. What a game. What a game. I have a few play calling adjustments I need to make. To be honest with you, if we weren't up by this score, we probably would have thrown the ball a lot more this week. But Zach Pryor came out, managed the game very well. Kenneth Walker proved me wrong. And our defense. Man, I should have done the defensive goal this week. I should have. 45-7 in the opener. A incredible first half of 31 points. Not much in the second, unfortunately, in 14, but a lot of takeaways. We did a great job on third down against Philly, while before we were in run-heavy mode in the fourth quarter, we were doing pretty well on third downs ourselves. Really happy with the way this game went. Zach Pryor goes 17 of 24 for just under 200 yards. 1 touchdown thrown this game. 8.2 yards per attempt. Longest pass, 27 yards. Would like to see us open the ball a bit more through the air next week, but Jalen Hurts threw 4 interceptions. Kenneth Walker, boy, was I wrong about him. 27 for 113, 4 scores. Pryor had 51. Sanders only 7 for 18 in a score, by the way. Taylor and Levi lead us with 5 receptions apiece, both around 50 yards. Not a bad game for them. A.J. Brown leads all with 61. And then Chark had 51. No one really had a big splash game, and Metcalf, of course, got hurt, unfortunately. What a game for this defense. Taylor, 6 tackles. Brooks had 5. Hughes had 5. Greedy Williams had 5 with 3 interceptions. Tackles for loss, a lot of them this week. Ed Oliver had 3.5 sacks today. Allen had 1.5. Guerrero had 1, plus the interception, the pick 6. Gaines had 1. Taylor and Beckford half a sack, and the interceptions, 3 from Williams, 1 from Guerrero. I cannot say enough how happy I am with this game. Having an injury report here is never a good thing, and DK Metcalf is going to miss 5 weeks with an abdominal tear. I forgot to take him out the game. We didn't execute our game plan like we wanted to, but getting the win is what matters most, which we were able to do. DK, I'm sorry that you're out for the next 5 games, buddy. Or I guess 4 games, because I think it includes this week in the injury, so it should be our next 4 games, which still sucks. But the entire team getting 1,000 XP. Would love to complete one of these goals one day, but we won 45-7. Give me a break. Oh, and 5 stat points. Zach Pryor did not throw 2 touchdowns this week, but again, won the game. I mean, what else can we do? He can't play every position. He probably could. He's that fast. Yeah, it's about the win. We don't really care about the yards or touchdowns, but another 1,000 XP for Pryor. Hey, that's nice. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of the Seahawks franchise. What a turnaround for this team compared to where we were last year. 1-16 record. We were getting mollywopped left and right by every team we played, but this week we came out and said, hey, we might be the best team in the NFC. We're punching above our weight. I do, however, before I end this episode, I want to check contracts. Ed Oliver wants a 3-year contract at $28 million. So it's like $9 million a year, 9.5 a year. That's very doable. Gabe Jackson wants a 1-year deal. And Wosu, ooh, we're losing a lot of edge players. Darrell Taylor, Al Woods, Damian Lewis, Quentin Jefferson, Freddie Swain, Alton Robinson, Kareem Jackson, Dante Fowler. So not a ton of starters. It's mainly backups. Joe Allen was a free agent receiver I just brought in, by the way. Cam Newton. Yeah, we don't have a lot of big contracts. We have a projected $75 million in cap room next year. So how about that game to start the year? Seattle dominates 45-7 in a game that I thought would be a lot closer, but our defense played very well. Are we going to play like that every week, I wonder? But that's going to do it for this episode, everybody. Season 2 off to a great start, and we'll kick off the next episode in week 2. I need to go through our draft board and set up my scouts. I haven't done that yet, but I want to get this episode out to you guys ASAP. So 2023 off to a good start. Happy New Year, everybody. See you next time. Have a great holiday weekend.